when you're building a home or a building, big or small, it's a large, often complicated investment and process. And owners, designers, and builders involved with it, they devote their minds to it and often their hearts and souls as well. And so when we at Logix Brands are chosen to play a part in these making these dreams and aspirations come true, we're honored. And so today we are going to recognize some of the more interesting and some of the more notable projects that we were a part of over the last year. Building Science Leadership Award. And this is the project that attained the highest level of thermal performance of all the projects that were submitted to us. And so we want to recognize the Bridge Road Home by Red North Carpentry and Structure, supported by AMC Foam. This is in Headingley, Manitoba. This is a 2,300 square foot home. Um, and I mean, this award is all about thermal performance. So we're going to be talking about some high R values here. So 2,300 square foot home. And it's the complexity of this build is actually quite low. And per the builder, that's the beauty of it. It's a rectangular box that from top to bottom, it's just a rectangular box with good, solid building science applied to it. So this is our flagship Logix ICF, and this provides a typical wall assembly value of R25. That's with white regular EPS foam. When we use graphite polystyrene foam instead of regular white EPS foam, that increases the R value of a typical wall assembly to R28. And then you can actually add foam inserts into the block, and that can get you into like R33, R37. That's the value of adding a 2-inch foam insert into a Logix Platinum block. Now, in this project, we went beyond that. So this is the site. They had a good south-facing glazing for solar gain. Here are the walls going up. You're starting to see the platinum being specced here. Okay. It was a windy site. Construction was smooth despite the one of the worst fall storms in years. The city was shut down, but the Red North continued on. Here's a site of the south-facing glazing for solar gain. And now you're going to see the high R value wall. So they use Logix Platinum block, 10-inch core. So that's a 10-inch core, and then they incorporated 4 inches of foam. So that left a 6-inch concrete core with remaining. So a 10-inch core, 4 inches of added foam, 6-inch core remaining. That was the system. And that was enough to deliver pretty much an R46 for the walls. The basements and the attic has an effective R value of about 100. There you can see the detailing and the foam being inserted. They finished this off with the Logix ProBuck. So you really don't want to do that amount of wall assembly insulation and then have uninsulated bucking around your windows. It kind of defeats the purpose to a certain degree. So these foam bucks provide real thermal stability. And you can just see this is a shot where the temperature of the Logix walls and the temperature of the bucks are like within a degree of each other. So it's just providing, the bucks just provide outstanding thermal efficiency to a high performance envelope. There's the buck being formed, braced and ready to be poured. And so now you'll see, now these bucks are normally designed to be used with our regular block and not so much with additional foam panels. So this is a picture of how they did the bucking. This is a 10-inch core, as I mentioned before. They used the 8-inch ProBuck. They had to cut one of the back fins off so that enabled them to install the ProBuck flush to the exterior. and that left 2 inches on the inside. And what they did is they finished that 2 inches with 2x wood construction, and then they did their flashing details. And it's really important to understand proper flashing. And we have on our blog on logixicf.com, we did a detailed post just last month, actually, March 17th, that talks about the 7 steps for proper flashing around ICF windows. And if you have a moment, take a look at it. It gives you a great insight into how to properly flash those windows for proper building science. So these windows are flashed, and you can actually see there's custom foam inserts that were made. These are passive home grade windows. They were set into the not exterior flush back inside, so they're inset. They did that to optimize energy efficiency. They had these custom foam returns made, and so it's just very intricate detailing throughout. The air tightness rating was 0.29 air changes per hour, which is over 50% better than the passive house standard, which is 0.6. The energy efficiency of this home is rated to be 55% better than a typical home constructed today. All waste left over from the ICF installation, and there wasn't a ton, but was able to be recycled back to the Logix plant. It's a quiet home. It's close to a busy road, a highway, in fact. So the sound attenuation is very important. It's a comfortable home, even with a cold northern wind blowing across the prairies. And with new stringent building codes pushing towards net zero energy ready homes for 2030 in Canada, this is going to prove to be a great model for how to build those homes. We also have an infographic we had an infographic for adding disaster resilience. We also have one for all the other little things you can do to make your home even higher performance, to enhance your Logix ICF walls. This infographic's available on logixicf.com. Just go to the applications page. There's a section called applications. Go to the net zero ready application, and you can download this infographic from there. So for the Bridge Road home, Red North Carpentry and Structure, congratulations